Hello, Bisshhh'ssss. What's up? Hope everybody is doing good and having a good week so far. So, in this video, I am finally trying to do the whole peekaboo glitter cuticle thing. So, I am going to show you. I already have my 2 solid fingers dipped out. I'm only doing the peekaboo on my middle ring and thumb, and I'm going to show you one finger on how I did not like to do this. And then so my middle and ring finger are both going to be the same technique. My thumb is going to be an accident that I came across, but that I liked the technique better. And so you'll see at the end the difference between how they came out. And I did end up taking, thank goodness for peel base, I ended up removing my middle finger and ring finger and doing them the way I ended up doing my thumb. So, what I did first here on my middle finger was I only put a little bit of base down, and I didn't cover my full nail. I only took it about 3 or 1/3 to like 1/2 of the way. I took the base down, stopped, dipped it in the glitter, and I'm just kind of moving that glitter around to get it to where I want it to lay. And then I'm going to dust it off. And I'm not going to put any more glitter on that nail as of. We're like just done with it. And so I'm going to now I'm barely putting the base like slightly over that glitter now. From the edge of the glitter, slightly over it to the free edge of my nail, and I'm going to dip into this color. This is Crew from Rebel, so it changes from this dark gray color, or light gray color, I guess, to this nude color. And for me, it stayed the nude color more often than not, just because I'm in warmer weather. So, and here I'm going to fix that little side because I missed a spot. And so that was one layer of Crew, and then 1/2 layer of the glitter. The glitter is from Virgo and Jim. It is She Said Yes. If you have not seen my last video from Saturday, go watch it. Go enter the giveaway. It will be ending this Saturday. I'll end it, and I will announce the winner on Sunday. And the winner will have 24 hours to respond before I pick another winner. So, go over to my last video. I'll leave a link, leave it in the description box here somewhere, and you can go watch it and enter the giveaway. And for those of you who I haven't responded to comments or liked comments, I do know that you have entered, and I have kept track of that, but for some reason, every time I click on the comment YouTube, it says comments not found. So I'm not able to see them other than in my notifications, but I have written down how you've told me to reach you. And I'm sorry that I have not responded to all of you. Just know that I intended to respond to everybody, but half of my comments keep saying that they're not found. So I apologize. I am not ignoring you. So I put another layer of base on, and I took Natural from iGel Beauty, and I sprinkled that barely on the cuticle, hardly any. That way this layer, the gray, could come up just a little bit more. So I sprinkled Natural around the cuticle area and then dipped into Crew the rest of the way. Now, can you see how like bumpy that is looking there in the center, like apex area of my nail? That, like on both of those fingers, it was just, I thought, okay, well, we're going to have some filing to do. And oh boy, did we. Because this is the reason why I ended up taking these 2 nails off after I did this because my thumb did not come out this way. And I'm pretty sure it was because of the mistake I made at the beginning that just happened to work out for me. So now to get a little bit more coverage and cover the glitter just a little bit more to get that blend, I am adding another little sprinkling. And the reason I'm sprinkling it over on this one is because I don't want it to get thick and bulky. And for some reason, whenever you sprinkle or pour your powders over, they don't come out as thick and bulky as when you dip. So that's why I decided to just sprinkle it over. And I did that on both nails. And that was what I called it. We are not clear capping or anything on these nails because when you get to the cuticle area, you want to be able to actually get closer to that glitter for it to get that peekaboo effect. So here on my thumb, you're going to see right away. And I realized it right there. I did not do the half of the nail in base coat. I did the whole nail. So I ended up having to sprinkle the glitter on my cuticle like I would an ombre, a glitter ombre, instead of being able to actually dip it in there like I did the first two nails. I accidentally put the base all over the nail, so dipping was not an option. I thought about letting it dry and just going over it again and trying, but I was like, no, we'll just figure this out. So I sprinkled it on, and I'm moving some of these glitters around because, of course, now some of them are sticking to the free edge area. So I'm pulling those up closer to the cuticle while my base is still wet, moving them around, getting them to where I want. And I am going to try here at the beginning. I'm like, okay, well, we'll just let the other half of my nail dry and then go in with a different layer, right? So that I can get it up in that glitter too. So I am just taking my time, moving this glitter around, no big deal. Thinking, okay, we'll just let this dry. Let it sit there a second or two, let it dry. And then all of a sudden I touch my thumb and it's still wet. So I'm putting my glitter up. We don't need any more glitter. So I brush off my nails. See, I'm just taking my time, staying away from my thumb for a while. I go back and I touch it. Look at those bumps, guys. It's just crazy. I go back and touch it, and it's still kind of wet. And I'm like, well, I need this to get absorbed and dry, so let me just go ahead and pour some of this over. I'll pour the powder over. Yes, I got some glitter in there. I know, fully aware. So, yeah, I just dumped it on my paper towel. But I was like, well, I just do this and get it over with. But my thing with this is kind of doing the ombre technique with doing, if you sprinkle the glitter on and then sprinkle your other color there for your first layer, it gives it an even surface so you don't have this weird apex thing going on in trying to go up over the glitter and then have your free edge naked and trying to cover that. I don't know if that makes any sense. It created an even layer, and so now what I'm doing is I'm barely going up over that glitter now, like maybe halfway, maybe, and that's all I'm doing. And then I'm dipping my nail in, clean my cuticles and sidewalls, and I'm going to dust it off. And even just looking at it like that, because I have that glitter so close to the cuticle, doing it this way actually made it like a very nice little apex. And here in a minute, I'll add another layer and you'll see what was going on. But see, I'm going to dust it off. So now we have one layer of glitter and 2.5 layers-ish of crew. I think if and when, I'll try and do like a full-on another tutorial of like doing it the way that I preferred to do it, which was the more of like a glitter ombre situation for the first layer and then building up the shadowiness to the peekaboo. So here I am doing the whole nail for this one. I'm going to put base over the whole nail, and I'm going to go back to the ombre technique, and I'm going to put a little bit of natural at the cuticle area and then crew at the free edge. And natural from iGel Beauty, it is not clear. Natural does have a slight cloudiness to it. So in my head, I was thinking, you know, that's going to be kind of the clear cap situation of the glitter. And so then when I go and file around the cuticle area and get down to the glitter, it's still going to have this nice little cloudiness over the glitter as it ombres down from the darker color crew into the glitter. It's still going to have a nice cloudy gradient effect. And then I'm going to actually do some glitter placement just right at the cuticle for a few actual pops of good glitter color. But look at that, guys. No bumpiness. It came out as smooth as could be. I hardly had to file that nail at all. And I'm telling you, I think it was because of just the even first layer made the world of difference. Having that even first layer of powder and glitter together and not just doing the glitter first and letting it dry and then trying to go over it with the second color, it just created a nice surface to do all the other work on. Just a nice overall surface. And so now I did decide to go in because I felt like it wasn't as dark as I wanted it or opaque as I wanted it. I'm going to go in and do one more. Now I steered clear of the higher up cuticle area in base, and just for that little thinness, extra thinness at the cuticle for when we do file and get the glitter to peek through. And so that is that. Now I'm activating, and you'll see here the gray color that it turns. I kind of wish that it was a little bit more sensitive, like, what's a good one? Juliet from Rebel is a really sensitive one that I quite enjoy, and so is New Moon from Indigo Rue. That one is very sensitive, and that one's a triple thermal. So I wish this one was more sensitive just so that I could see that gray a little bit more, but the nude color that it stayed really paired well with this glitter, so I wasn't mad at that. So I'm checking to make sure my dip is set, and I'm just going to start with filing my sidewalls here and get my shape back to the way I want it at my free edge. And then we're going to go around the cuticle area and the surface of the nail to get that glitter to pop through. And so see here, I'm like trying to focus on that bumpy area to some, and I just could not get that. I could not get that to flatten out and blend the way I needed it to. And so eventually I thought, well, that's good enough, and I'll just stop and call it good. And when I finished the whole mani and got the top coat on, I was like, no, I can't leave it like this. So I peeled those suckers off, those two, my middle and my ring finger, and went with the same technique that I did on my thumb. So here on my thumb, I'm just doing cleaning around that cuticle, blending my apex, trying to get it somewhat smooth and even. And like I said, my thumb was like the easiest. I just spent most of the time right at the cuticle just trying to get that glitter to peek through, and that was that. And I am using my e-file, and I think I had it at like 7. That's my comfortable speed. Sometimes if I get the skipping, I'll turn it up notch or two, but that's usually my comfortable speed. So now, after filing, I'm taking some more dip base, just tapping it there at my cuticle, and I'm doing the glitter placement like I told you guys. So I didn't do a whole bunch because I didn't want to pack the cuticle with straight on glitter, because then you wouldn't have that gradient effect that we were going for. So I just take a few pieces here and there where I felt like there was just some sparse areas, and I'm just placing them down and letting the base dry. Once I get the glitters on there, I'm just letting the base dry, and then we are nothing else. I'm not filing again or anything. Now we're just activating and top coating. So I really liked the way that the peekaboo glitter looks, but the way that everybody else seems to be doing it, it just wasn't working for me. And so in my head, before I started this mani, I had thought that maybe a glitter ombre layer first would work, and then I was like, oh, no, maybe not. And then when I accidentally had to do it and it came out way better for me, I was like, okay, yeah, this is the way we need to do this. So if you've done this and you have success with the other way, the way that I did my middle and ring finger, then good for you. And I'm happy that it worked for you. It didn't work for me. So I'll be doing it the way that I accidentally stumbled upon. And I will probably be doing that again in the future. So see how smooth and the blend and everything is just really good on my thumb. And then you see the bumps. You can still see the bumps on the other two, on my ring finger and my middle finger. It's not good look. So that's my video, guys. Hope you enjoy, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Bye, bitches.